Hi everyone. So it is March 26th and today I'm going to open up the beehive and see where we're at. I haven't opened it up in like a couple of months. So last time I opened it, I actually found the queen and somehow lost the video. So this time I'm going to open it up and see if I can find the queen again. Hopefully we get real lucky. And then I noticed that seems to be a lot more bees. So I'm going to put the brooder and the soup on and give them more room. And hopefully that'll be able to give them more room to harvest their honey or collect their pollen and create more honey. So I'll have a lot of honey to harvest in the fall. So let's get started. It looks like they ate all the pollen patty that I put in here. That's good. That's really good. So there's one bee. Get my tools all ready in case I need them. All right. Get off. Okay, some bees, not too many. Ooh, so we got more bee activity here, and it looks like, I don't know. Ooh, lots of beeswax I'm seeing. This is good. This is really good. I like all this beeswax we're seeing. I'm gonna whip this up very carefully, not to upset the bees. Whoop. Okay. Smoke them just a little bit before I get in there. Okay, as you can see, got honeycomb here. Now the last time I found the queen, I believe she was in the 3rd or the 4th. So let's see what I find here. Open this up. See if I can lift it out. Yeah, these things are full. Woo. Okay. So as you can see, we have a lot of bees. Some on the back, but the front we have a lot of bees. Let me see if I can see the queen here at all. I don't see her. Lots of little bees, lots of honeycombs.
She's right there.
There. You see a dot?
Oh, well, it looks like a big black butt, so I don't know.
Oh no, that's I believe that might be a drone. So there's one that you can see crawling around the top. That's got the big eyes on it. I believe that's a drone. That's a male bee. the queen will have a painted dot on her back. So I don't see anything there. Now let's move this one forward. Go to the second frame. See what we get. Try and pull it out gently, not to piss the bees off. It looks clean at the bottom, which is good. So as you can see, there's a honeycomb right there. Lots of bees. This is the back, and this is the front. Now let's see if I can find the queen. Okay. Okay. Another drone there. It's hard to see. I'm not seeing the queen anywhere. Get an idea of what I'm looking at. Lots of bees. There's honeycomb. Lots of bees there too. But I don't see any sign of the queen. All right, so let's move this one over here. And I just put them on a frame on behind me. Hook them on the frame onto like a hanger that I can hang them on, so I can move these frames with ease. Okay, now last time, this is the frame I found the queen on. Let's see if she's here today. So this is the back of the hive. I don't see her. See some honeycomb down there. Some honeycomb up there in that corner. See if I see her here. Oh! I don't see her. Still looking. I don't see her. She'll be on the top of the frame. She could be in this little cluster right there. This little cluster they got right here. Nope. I don't see her there either. There is a jacket you can put on with a hood if you want to put it on. Okay, so I'm not seeing her on the third frame. Not seeing a lot of drones per se. I'm seeing a lot of worker bees. So that one's pretty full. So definitely a lot more bees than the last time. This one here, real gentle. Piss them off. There we go. Okay, we're going to move the fourth frame. See if she's in this one. Lots of humming, lots of busyness. There's the back of it. And then there is that mite strip that I put in to keep the mites off the bees. Here's the front of the frame. And then here's the back of the frame. So I'm going to look for the queen bee on this one. Hopefully I don't drop this frame. Not seeing her. I don't see her on this frame either. I think it's time to take this strip off so it doesn't become part of the beehive. See, they're already growing stuff on that. I don't want them growing stuff on that, so we'll just shake them off. It looks like a very healthy hive. Lots of bees, they're building honeycombs. I don't see any larvae in this one particularly, but I do see some capped off ones up here. This is all capped off. And on this side, not seeing her. Trying to see if she's there in that swarm. Nope, not seeing her there either. All right, maybe she's in the 5th frame. Okay. Smoke is running out of smoke here. Now we're on to the 5th frame. This is the back of the frame. See if I can see her here. Now there's not always a guarantee you're always going to find the queen just because you open it up and look. Got bees crawling on my suit, so hopefully they won't sting me. See if she's in this cluster in the corner. I'm not seeing anything yet. Trying to take a little bit more time in finding the queen this time. Keep forgetting to bring a magnifying glass with me, but I think once you train the eye what to look for, you'll find it. Oh, that's another drone. Not seeing a lot of drones, which tells me, if I'm right, that they're not ready to swarm. Just a lot of female bees. Okay, so I'm not seeing her on this frame. She'll have a painted, I think it's like a purple dot on her back. So there are the honeycomb, pollen and everything growing. that's the 5th frame. She could be down here for all I know. It looks like they're doing a really good job about keeping the bottom and the inside of this beehive very clean. So that's a good sign of a healthy hive. All right, so let's go with the 6th frame. See if she's on this one. Okay, so again, this is the back of the frame. See if I see her. I'm not seeing her. Let's see about the front. Now the queen bee is usually much bigger than the regular bees, so you have to kind of look for that. It's just the drones are bigger than the regular bees, so sometimes that can get a little confusing when you're not experienced at this like I am. I'm not very experienced at this, so I'm just learning as I go. Not sure if you can see it, but there's a bubble right there that they're on. I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know if that is like for a queen cap. Not sure what that is. Oh, it looks like it's, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there we go. See that hole? Whatever was in there is no longer in there. I hope that wasn't a queen that hatched out of there. Because then, if that's the case, if the 2 queens fight and the 1 queen wins, who came out of that hole possibly, then, and she takes over, then I have a new queen in my hive and I won't know it because then I have to find her. I'm not sure, but that one looks, no, maybe that's more like a drone right there. The drones have the big eyes that sit on top of their heads. So that's how you can tell it's a drone. It's a bigger body and the eyes sit on top of their heads. Well, their eyes are bigger. It's hard to see, but there is a bigger one in there. I don't know if you can see it. You can. He's got the big eyes on top of his head. Okay, I'm not seeing the queen on here. I've seen a few drones, but no queen. All right, I'm gonna put this one in gently, not to harm any bees. Let's move this back a little bit. Now onto this one. Okay, let's smoke them out a little bit. Sure, does that look like the queen right there? That might strip out. Go with this. Okay, so this is a soup frame. This goes in a smaller box, but as you can see, they have grown their honeycomb beyond the frame, and that is very normal. Now let's see if I can see The queen over here, as you can see, there's not as many bees. So I don't see the queen. And I'm not seeing the queen on this side either, but you know, she could be buried in cluster piles like this and make it very difficult to find her. All I can do is move the frame around and hopefully she pops out, but I am not seeing her on this one either. So you see a lot of glisten cells in there. See how that shines? I think that's where yeah, I could see the little larvae in there. And that's going to turn into more honeybees. So they're very busy over here. Very busy. And I don't see anything in this cluster right here. Okay. Okay. I don't like the ash that's blowing up out of this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is the 8th frame. As you can see, now this is the back of it. Hardly any bees on it. And this is the front. Not very many bees on it at all. So I don't think I'm going to add the soup boxes or the brooder box on top of this beehive because there's still plenty of room in this beehive for them to grow their hive. Now I haven't opened this up in a couple of months, so they have definitely moved on to the other frames now where before they hardly had anything. So this is good. This is a lot more activity and more bees than I have seen in the very beginning. But again, no queen bee. Right. This is the 9th frame. And as you can see, hardly anything. There's no real any bees on this. So that one is doing something on there. Looks like it's but there's hardly any bees. This is the front. I mean, there is some honey on there. Definitely don't have to put the brood box on top of this box. There's not enough frames covered with bees. And then the last one doesn't look like it has a single bee on it. As you can see, no bees. Completely empty. Put this one back in there. Oops. Thing is, you don't want to hurt a bee because when you do, that makes them upset. He's already pissed off. And move these back. See, now the hive's upset again. Let's see if I can interrupt that pheromone. Okay, you can kind of see they're calming down a little bit. And the smoke confuses them. All right, so I'm just going to move these frames back gently so I don't crush any bees. Because I want to put the frames back in the order that I had them. Oops. I was going too fast. See how that upsets them? Okay, here we go. End of my smoke. Not seeing the queen bee anywhere. It's a little disappointing. I was really hoping to see her, but the hive is alive and it is very busy and there's a lot more bees. So even though I don't see the queen, I know the hive is okay and that the queen's in there somewhere. So I'm not going to worry about it. Maybe I'll get to see her next time. I'm going to check frame 2 again just in case, because there's so many bees on here. I could have easily missed her. There's I don't know if I can get it on camera or not, but there's another bubble right there. See that bubble? I'm not sure what that is. But whatever it was, it broke out of it. I don't know. Hard to see now because they're all over it, but it was just there for instant. But I don't see the queen. I was really hoping to see the queen. Okay, there's all these little bubbled castings on there. I'm not sure what they are. I'll have to check and see. See, there's another bubble right there. See that one? Not sure what they grow in that. If it's a drone. Okay. Let's see on this side. Now I have different frames in here. Some are wired frames, which means there's just wire that goes across it, and then the bees build their honeycomb around that. And then there's the full frame where it's a solid frame that they can just build their honeycomb on. This one is a wired one. I don't know if you can see, but there's wires there. So they've actually built this whole honeycomb around the wires. And I don't see any sign of the queen on this one. Bummer. Okay, so we're going to put this one back. Put it in slowly. not to upset them. Back gently so I don't crush them. There we go. Woo. Now I got to get a frame in between those bees because they're on this side and this side. Now I got to get a frame right in between them. Okay. This one doesn't have a lot of bees on it, so maybe the queen will be here. I don't know. Somehow I think she'd be in a more populated cluster of bees rather than in a smaller group. I don't see her anywhere. Okay, let's go to the back. There's the top of it. Not seeing her here either. Not seeing her on the top. And she could be buried under so many bees and I would never see her. Okay. Not seeing her. But there's the honeycomb, as you can see. See, this is also, well, this looks like it's a wired and a solid frame. That's interesting. So you can see they're building their honeycomb on top of that solid base. Gives you an idea. And this is the first frame. So it looks like second, third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth frame are pretty busy with the bees. So I'm going to slowly put this in here because there's so many bees. I don't want to crush them. Move this back more so I don't crush them. There we go. Give myself a little bit more room to move this last frame in so I'm not crushing bees. As you can see, they're not happy. There we go. There we go. All right, so they're all the frames are in now. So I'm gonna put the queen bee excluder back on the top. Now because they ate that pollen patty, I wonder if I should put another one on there. They are bringing in a lot of their own pollen. You can see their legs are filled with pollen. Okay. All right. This guy out. Make sure she's not on there. No queen on there. No queen on here either. Oh, there's the pollen patty. So they didn't eat it. There's the pollen patty. They never touched it, so I'm gonna leave it there anyways. See if I can sweep these bees off so I don't crush them. Alright, the lid goes back on. Okay. And there you have it. All done. Okay, so now I gotta put these frames back. So no luck. So no luck finding the queen today, but the frames look like they have more bees on them, and I'm seeing some drones, and I'm seeing constant going in and out of the hive and pollen on the bees' legs, so seems to be a healthy, productive hive. Now, I haven't checked this in a couple months, so, but I watch to make sure there's always bees coming in and out of the hive to make sure it's still occupied, which obviously it is. So the bees are doing really good, so I'm just gonna let it be and just leave them alone and not bug them too much, so that way they can just keep building onto their hive and keep it healthy. I figure the less I go in and bother them, the less they're gonna be productive, or the more they'll be productive by not going in so much. So I'm just gonna let it go and see you again maybe another month from now. So thank you for watching. I hope this was interesting to you.